A different one. The ball is aloft and away we go on a Thursday night. Panthers work offense to my right as I see it. Youngstown State to my left. Everything the opposite. For those of you watching us tonight on ESPN+, here's a turnover. Newby tried a quick pass into the low post intended for Joey St. Pierre, and the Panthers give it away. Turnover on their opening trip. Allison, Cohill, Hunter, Rattan Mays, and Accouché. This is Accouché driving on St. Pierre, left the little leaner short from the right side. It's cleared by Sims and the Panthers. Milwaukee comes in scoring 62 points per game through their first 6. And looking to get this offense in gear, albeit shorthanded again tonight. No Baldwin, no Kane, no Browning. Golston, though, is out there backing down his defender, Allison, and he couldn't get the leader to fall, and then he commits and loose ball foul going over the back on the Allison rebound. First foul of the night goes against Milwaukee's DeAndre Golston. Panthers have lost 4 of the last 5 to Youngstown State. I mentioned they did not match up last year in the COVID-shortened conference season that it was. Allison for 3, no, look out. Misses that one, but he had a good look, and he can certainly do plenty of that. He is a big-time three-point threat. Over half of his field goal attempts this year, basically half, have been threes. But he missed there, no score, just underway. Golston jump pass inside, deflected by Accouché and stolen by Youngstown. 2 early turnovers for Milwaukee. High on the right side, here's Allison's 3, and he hit that one. Tevin Allison makes it 3-0. I mentioned it, he has attempted 53, make it 54 shots. 27 of them have been threes, so now exactly half have been threes. Youngstown draws first blood here tonight. Newby between the rings. Screen St. Pierre, 5 to shoot. Donovan leaner from the elbow is off the back bracket, no good, and it's Youngstown on the inside. Rattan Mays up the sidelines. In transition, Cohill. Left corner finds Allison. Allison to the right side for Rattan Mays. Gets a screen from Accouché back to the right corner. Cohill's there. He'll drive with the left hand. His flip won't go. And Sinani the rebound. Getting the first start of his college career. The SEC Player of the Year for Oak Creek High School here in southeastern Wisconsin, Jason Sinani. And he hands it off to St. Pierre high on the right side. 15 to shoot. Joey dribble handoff back to Sinani. Sims at the top, goes backdoor Newby, low on the left, layup is good. And a nice play to get Milwaukee's offense on the board. Nice little give and go there, I would say. And Donovan is the first man in the scoring column here tonight. 3-2, Panthers trail in the early going. Early 3 minutes gone by. Back screen, beautiful. Cohill goes up, score it, and then he's bumped at the last minute to go for an and one. He was bumped by Tafari Sims, a late whistle, but they blew it nonetheless. And so Dwayne Cohill gets a chance for an and one. 5-2 Youngstown State. 17:06 to play in this first half. Hunter sits for Youngstown. Fifth-year head man Jared Calhoun with his first substitution. He brings in Jameer Thomas off the bench for the Penguins. Cohill at the line, the 6'2 junior out of Cleveland, Ohio. 75% free throw shooter, and he makes the throw to make it a 6-2 ball game. Youngstown the early lead. We've played 3 minutes. Appreciate all of you joining us tonight on ESPN Milwaukee, watching us on ESPN+. Backdoor, Sinani, Sims low on the right, layup is good. So a couple of back doors here on both ends of the floor, executed to perfection. It's a 6-4 game. Allison, Cohill, Rattan Mays. Calling for it is Thomas. Hand off to Allison at the top. Right at the top, it's Rattan Mays. 10 on the shot clock for the Gwins. Here's a contested 3, missed by Allison. Check it, that's Cohill. And Milwaukee's got it. 6-4. Panthers down by 2 here in the early going. Milwaukee 2 of 4 to start. Daniel Agoro at the scores table will come in at the next stoppage. Dre pulls up for three. Golston missed it. Not a lot of off-the-ball movement on that trip. Golston kind of settled there. Here's an open three for Rattan Mays, and he hits it. So that's the second three of the night for Youngstown State. And it's a 9-4 start for Youngstown. They're 3 of 7. St. Pierre, handoff, Newby. Joey gives him a screen. Defender fell down. Newby three from the top. In traffic, and it wouldn't fall. Lathan will come in at the next stoppage for Milwaukee as Coyle comes back. Overlaid, there was contact, no call. Panthers push left to right, down by 5, early going. Frantic start, frantic pace to this one. Entertaining pace as Golston is able to slice in from the left for a lay-in. 9-6 the score. As we approach 5 minutes gone by in this first half. Panthers lead the all-time series with Youngstown 32-16. This three rims out at the top for Rattan Mays, and we'll get a Youngstown loose ball 15. 3 minutes into the second half there, wow. Jordan Lathan is on for Milwaukee, so is Josh Thomas. JT didn't play on Sunday, coach's decision. And J2 off the bench. Here's Sims left of the lane, backing down at Couché. Goes with the right hand, baby hook, and sinks the shot. Tafari Sims has an early 4, and it's 9-8. And Sims, I think, is one of those guys that can provide a spark for this offense that is still looking to catch its stride. Here's Sims doing it defensively, contesting that pass into the low post and knocking it over the end line. Substitution for Youngstown. Owen Long replaces Tevin Ollison. Rattan Mays to trigger it into Long. Everything out at the perimeter here, 14 to shoot. Rattan Mays, all freshman squad last year. Panthers show a 2-3 zone here. Rattan Mays penetrates and is able to split two of those defenders to lay it in. Impressive move for the young man from Toronto. 11-8, Youngstown State. 14:07 clock runs in this first half. Newby, high left. Finds St. Pierre between the rings. Dribble handoff to Thomas. Thomas screens St. Pierre. JT got it, it's a 2. Long 2 for Josh Thomas to make it 11-10. Well, you talk about Sims being a spark for this offense as he gets his basketball legs back under him after missing the first, 4 games basically. Thomas a spark after not playing on Sunday, hopefully tonight. Going to work inside. Jameer Thomas, and he's fouled on his turnaround attempt by Joey St. Pierre. 13:30 left in this first half. 11-10 Youngstown State. And at the line goes Jameer Thomas. 2 of 6 on the season at the free throw line for Thomas. This is a Youngstown squad that has been bitten by the injury bug themselves. Thomas hits the free throw. Garrett Covington, one of the top defenders in this conference since the moment he enrolled at Youngstown, out for the year with a foot injury, a senior. Free throw good for Thomas. He hit them both to make it 13-10. Covington, 3 years a member of the All-Horizon League defensive team too. 1,200 plus points, 500 rebounds basically in his career to this point. And so they know they won't have one of their top players and leaders the rest of the way. Thomas, certainly one of those big bodies that will be looked to in the absence of Covington. 10 to shoot. Sims inside St. Pierre. Beautiful pass, low on the left. Layup is good. Joey's on the board. Tafari Sims, a frequent contributor to the offensive effort so far here in this one. 4 points and now a couple of assists. Here's a 3 missed by Long on the right side, and a loose ball foul against Youngstown State. Ja'Cory Owens. Corey Owens off the bench for Coach Calhoun. Frequent substitution patterns for both coaches in this one. Lathan brings it up on the dribble, left to right. Jordan at the logo. Sims at the top. Hand back for Thomas. To the left side for Lathan, 12 to shoot. Gets into the paint. Flips it from the free throw line, and J2 is able to hit. First points for Jordan Lathan. Offense a little more active now after the first minute or so. Long, high on the left side. Owen Long scoots around an Owen screen, give it back to the perimeter for Hunter. His three comes off the rim, and Milwaukee clears, leading it by 1. Panthers push left to right. You can hear Pat Baldwin in the background wanting movement. Lathan moves his way to the rim, and his layup is missed, but draws the foul. Ja'Cory Owens picks up the second foul. There are all kinds of bodies at the scores table. There are, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 players about to check in. Lathan is at the line shooting a pair. This for Milwaukee will be their first free throws attempted tonight, and this one is no good. Moses Bowl and Tafari, check it. Moses Bowl and Vin Baker Jr. come in. Sims leaves, St. Pierre leave. So Lathan at the stripe. 8 of 13 now on the season. And the free throw rolls in for Jordan Lathan. 15-13 Milwaukee. Panthers 1 of 2 at the line. They're hitting 64% of their shots. Offense very warm to start. Ollison in the paint, spins, fades, misses over Golston. Akuche an offensive rebound. Kick out to Ciccone has just checked in. Now into the lane goes Ollison, got disrupted. Akuche clears it up and is able to sky in from the right to put it in. First points for Michael Akuche. 16 a game to lead the offense for the Gwins. 15-15 our score. Panthers have hit their last 5 from the field. Thomas, Lathan, high on the right. Remember that unique conference setup last year with the COVID season. Panthers show some pressure in the full court. Now they back off after the inbound is made from Ollison to Ciccone. High on the left side, Akuche. On Moses Bowl. Panthers in a zone here. Looks like a 1-2-2 setup. Ollison high on the left side. Screen Akuche. Ollison to the baseline. Back for Akuche along the wing. He'll drive on Bowl. Go up. Contact by Baker, and he'll go to the line. A bump by VBJ. His first foul. Milwaukee 4 as a team now. Vin, who on Sunday against Alcorn State, I think he could have been an effective weapon, but foul trouble on Sunday kind of never allowed him to get into the flow of the game. That can happen from time to time, and here he picks up his first foul after just checking in tonight. He'll stay out there, though. Newby and Sims are on. Thomas and Bowl departs. Free throws, by the way, for Akuche. Made them both. 17-15. Akuche has 4. Newby high on the left side. Mello working against the Cohill defense. Baker, baseline. Lathan, shot fake. Had an open shot, but he elected to fake it instead. Corner, Jordan, no on the 3. That time, I don't know if he was anticipating a defender there and wasn't there. He should have just shot it right away, I think. He'd be better off in that instance. 17-15, Youngstown has the lead. That snaps Milwaukee's stretch of 5 straight field goal makes. Ciccone to the baseline for Cohill. Nothing on the attack. Back for Ciccone out at the top. Bullet pass to the right corner. Ollison spotting for 3, and he hits it. And the Penguins have a 5-point lead. Ollison with a couple of threes. 4 shot attempts, 3 3-point attempts for him. Under 10 to play in this first half. Milwaukee down 5. Golston an answer, no, wide of the mark. Offensive rebound, Sims goes right back up and scores with the hook. Tafari Sims playing well. 6 points, he's hit all 3 of his shots, a couple of assists, a couple of boards as well. Here's Allison, a 3 from the left side, no this time, and we will get Akuche over Tafari Sims and committing the foul. His first, 4th now on the Penguins. Hunter will leave for Youngstown. Chris Shelton is on for Youngstown State. Who else is going to come in here? Jameer Thomas will replace Michael Akuche. Panthers in the white uniforms tonight for the first time all year at home in the whites. Youngstown State wears the road red, the familiar red of the Gwins. 9:22 and the clock runs here in this first half. Newby for the Panthers, feeds Sims, closed out defensively Cohill, back to Newby, swing to the wing. VBJ for 3, I think that was partially blocked, it was by Allison. And it comes down to Youngstown State. Panthers down 3, transition, Chacon 3, no good. Rebound Thomas, he'll kick it out, find Cohill. They reset off an offensive rebound. Their second of the night, inside, and no footer for Thomas, and he coaxes it in from the right baseline. So check it, he missed it. I was screened out, I apologize, folks. 20-17. That was right there at the rim, and it would not fall for Thomas. 8:35 and the clock runs. Around the screen goes Newby. Back for Sims, who gave him the screen. Tafari's 3, no. And Baker, the offensive rebound. Good hustle over there by Vin. Panthers reset. Sinani on the floor. Swing to the wing. Newby, shot fake, right back to Sinani. He offers a shot fake, then takes the 3 and missed it. Sims an offensive rebound again. Golston darting, scooping, missing. Sims leave the shot clock at 16. Panthers inbounding, baseline right. St. Pierre back to Newby. Sinani, now to Golston deep on the left. 8 to shoot, 6 to shoot. Screen St. Pierre, Golston baseline short. St. Pierre offensive rebound, missed the putback. Got his own miss, and it's blocked out of bounds with the possession at my right. Inbounding, Mello's got it at the top. That's Donovan Mello Newby. Sims off a screen, no on the 3 from the left side, but a good look. Drawn up well during the timeout. Tafari just couldn't hit it. 20-17, Youngstown State leading Milwaukee. Fast moving first half, 7.5 to play. Right of the lane, that's Rattan Mays. He's cut off. Finds Akuche, who darts in from the right. Skip it back out for Rattan Mays. 10 on the shot clock. Rattan Mays steps left, pops 3, misses it. Offensive rebound. Jameer Thomas goes up with the left hand, leaves the hook short. Cleaned up inside is Shelton. They reset. Thomas's shot didn't draw iron, so there's 10 to shoot. Thomas skips it from left to right. Shelton for 3, no, and St. Pierre secures the rebound for Milwaukee. Panthers +7 on the glass, 18-11. They've been out-rebounded in half their games so far this year. Looking to reverse course with that statistic as we enter conference play tonight. 10 on the shot clock. Sinani at the top, nothing on the attack. St. Pierre, Newby in from the left on Rattan Hayes, and he's fouled by Rattan Mays. First on Mays, Rattan Mays. Number 5, I believe, on Youngstown. Yeah, 5 on YSU. And Donovan Newby will step to the line. His free throw shooting prowess, well known by these fans, and by this point, the second-year Panther misses the first. Just his second miss on the young season. Thomas leaves for Youngstown. Cohill leaves for Youngstown as well. Allison is back on for YSU. We'll reset the Panthers lineup as Newby's second is good. 3 for Donovan Newby. 20-18, Lathan, Newby, Golston, Sims, St. Pierre defensively for Milwaukee, the 5 on the floor. Rattan Mays handling it at the top. Panthers in a zone defensive look here, going inside, and the layup falls for Allison. He took a swat to the head by Jordan Lathan. The ball fell. And so it's a three-point opportunity here for Tevin Allison. Allison has 8 points. He's their second leading scorer at 11.4 a night. And he's at the stripe, 77.8 on the early campaign, and he hits the free throw. Youngstown State 6 of 6 at the line so far tonight, 23-18. This is the largest lead for the Gwins. Panthers had a brief lead of 2, a 7-point window in which this one has been played so far tonight. Golston high left. Feed Lathan right at the top. Waters part, J2 to the tin for an easy layup. 5 for Jordan Lathan, 23-20. Snaps a bit of a cold stretch there for Milwaukee. They had missed 8 straight field goals before J2 was able to lay it in. Here's Allison, a couple of jab steps against the Lathan defense. Pass to his left side, Akuche, no on the 3. Look at Tafari Sims skying for the rebound. His 5th board of the game. 6 points, 5 boards for Sims. St. Pierre goes to work against Akuche, spins with the right hand and missed it. Akuche, the box out and the rebound. Rattan Mays back, pushing tempo as he does well, missed the lay-in. Back tap comes to Milwaukee and Jordan Lathan. 5:09 to play in the half. Milwaukee ball down by 3. Looking to get rid of this 5-game skid, get back in the win column for the first time since opening night back on November 9th. Golston around a screen by St. Pierre, and DeAndre is able to knock down that elbow J. Golston with 4, 2 of 7, 23-22 our score. Here's Rattan Mays to the top. Allison turns down a deep one, feed the right side. There's a deep one. That'll be missed, however, by Daniel Agoro. And Milwaukee's got it. They can regain the lead as Lathan pushes back in transition. And the point guard will back it out into the hands of Newby. Now Sims, and as Tafari caught, Sims is called for an offensive foul on a push-off against Shamar Rattan Mays. 2 fouls against Tafari Sims. Sims will leave. He's played well. He's played hard. Newby leaves for Milwaukee. Thomas and Baker replace those 2 men in the Baldwin lineup. 4:22 left in this first half. 23-22 Youngstown State. Allison in the corner. Feed baseline Akuche against St. Pierre. Left hand now goes up and under. Elects to push it up with the right hand. Missed it. Got his own miss, however. And he kicks it out to the top. Allison straight on. No on the 3. Fortunate to Allison missing that one for Milwaukee, certainly. Under 4 to play in the half. Panthers have it, down 1. Thomas, pass in for St. Pierre, right on the lane. Cross-court skip for Golston off his hands. And Youngstown State has not turned over the basketball yet in this game. Hunter to Allison, knifes into the paint, high off the glass with the right hand to score. Tevin Allison with 11, the first in double figures. Now Lathan is trapped in the backcourt, threw it away. Allison handed off. Hunter goes up, rejected by VBJ. Oh, what a mighty swat by Vin Baker Jr. Now he's got it in the corner. He'll dart baseline, and he will tomahawk it home with his right hand. Wow. You talk about doing it on both ends. A block on this end at the rim, and over here, a tomahawk baseline drive. How about it? Wow. 25-24, Youngstown State. By 1. Allison feeling it. Baseline, Hunter spins, kicks back. Allison along the perimeter, missed a three. Akuche can't secure the rebound. Lathan, long outlet, Thomas is back, and Josh Thomas! This first half have forged back in front, 26-25, by virtue of a couple of rim rocking dunks. Allison high on the left side. Got around Golston, got to the rim. Baker got a piece of it, but they're going to call Vin for a bump. Second foul against VBJ. 2.5 minutes to play in the half. Youngstown State, who has not missed at the line as a team. They're 6 of 6 to start the night. They're back to the line. Allison is there. Allison is 1 of 1 at the stripe, and that one is around and out. Here comes Newby. Vin Baker Jr. will leave. He'll get a nice round of applause. Doing it defensively and offensively, and a great spark off the bench. Free throw good for Allison. He goes 1 of 2 at the stripe. He has a game-high 12. Panthers' high scorer is Sims with 6. Allison, as I say, has a dozen to lead YSU. 26 apiece, under 2:30 to play. Diamond trap, they call it, for Youngstown. And the Panthers break it in the full court. Lob to the rim. St. Pierre a snag, and he's fouled on the catch. It might be Rattan Mays. Yep, it is. Shamar Rattan Mays, his second. 6th against Youngstown State. So not a shooting situation for Milwaukee. 20 on the shot clock. Lathan at the top against Owen Long. Finds Golston. Shot fake. Drive. Leaner short. St. Pierre can't quite grab it. Boy, the Panthers, look, I love a good shot fake, and it can be so valuable. And I think in some ways the old-fashioned shot fake is a forgotten art in this sport. Panthers have fallen in love with the shot fake in this first half. I can think of a couple of instances, and that was one right there where they just did it unnecessarily. I think Dre's got to take that jumper right away. Don't hesitate. Tie game, 13 to shoot for Youngstown State. Under 2 to play in the half. Allison in the corner, feed Akuche, 17 feet away. 5 on the shot clock, off the dribble on St. Pierre in the lane. Left hand, no. Got his own miss, blocked out of bounds by St. Pierre. So with the shot clock at 19 and the game clock at $1:38, it'll be Chacon to inbound. His pass knocked out of bounds by Lathan. Jordan, who then shakes his head as if to say, no, you can't get that one over me. Took a second off the shot clock and the game clock. Now the officials just stepping in a little bit here just to calm things down. The heat of battle. Chacon ready. And his toss in to Allison. In from the right goes Allison. Fader, deflected, lost it, and the Panthers have it. 26-26 on the scoreboard. Panthers still have their use it or lose it timeout if they so choose. 1:20 and the clock runs. Panthers have held Youngstown 1 of their last 10 shooting. Lathan at the logo. Lathan at the top, around St. Pierre. No, step back 2 won't go. And it's knocked almost out of bounds. Youngstown able to save it with a minute to go in the half. Chacon high on the left side. Handed off to Owen Long. Good swarming pressure along the sideline. Allison into the paint, lost it on the way up. Newby saved it, but they did so to Allison, who got it blocked. Akuche then is fouled. There has been a great deal of hustle on the interior. Both sides. Josh Thomas got called for the foul. Very physical ball game on the inside in this first half. So Akuche is at the line. And he sinks the free throw. Hunter will come in for Luke Chacon. Akuche, 3 of 3 at the free throw line, just 5 points. He does have 5 rebounds, make it 6 points as he hits the free throw to make it 28-26, Youngstown State. 35 seconds left in the half. An 11-second differential between the shot and game clock. Lathan, 16 to shoot. Long skip cross court to Newby. Yes, from the right corner. How in the world did Jordan Lathan see Donovan Newby? Completely opposite end of the floor. A beautiful pass over the top of all of it. 29-28 Milwaukee. That's their first 3 of the game. Missed their first 9. 3 seconds left. Akuche, 2 seconds. His 3 at the horn is having the opening possession. Rattan Mays darting his way into the lane. Dishes it off to Allison. He goes for a reverse layup. That's blocked out of bounds by Joey St. Pierre. Allison, Cohill, Hunter, Akuche, and Rattan Mays, the starting 5 out there for Youngstown. Allison to the free throw line, looks to attack. Nothing. Good defense inside by Golston. He has to pass it back out. 5 on the shot clock. Hunter, 4 seconds. Hand off to Rattan Mays, puts up a prayer that glances off the iron, goes over the end line, and it'll be Milwaukee basketball. Panthers start the second half. Good defense, needless to say. Good defense there on that opening possession for Milwaukee. Panthers start the second half with Sinani, Newby, Golston, St. Pierre, and Sims. That's the starting 5 for Pat Baldwin on this night. Panthers have used 7 different starting lineups in this, their 7th game. Panthers break the trapping pressure by Youngstown. Milwaukee in front of their own bench. Golston jumper is good from 15 feet away. Quiet first half for Dre Golston with just 4. Now he's at 6. And the Panthers have a 3-point lead, matching their largest, 31-28, minute into the second half. Cohill looks to cross over Sinani, backs him down, puts it in the right hand, misses the lay-in, ripped down by Sims. Youngstown State is 1 for their last 15 from the field and 0 for their last 9 going back to the final few minutes of the first half. Panthers ball up by 3. Sims, offense from Milwaukee to the left as I see it. Sinani looking inside, whistle underneath and a hold. Golston was trying to pop free and catch a pass. He was held by Tevin Allison. 2 on Allison, first foul of the half. Shot clock reset to 20 now. And Newby to trigger, baseline left. Toss in, up top, Sinani. Bullet pass into Newby. He's got a leaner to go. Counted and 1 against Shamar Rattan Mays. And a great find from Jason Sinani out at the top of the wheel, too. Wow. That's the 3rd on Shamar Rattan Mays. 3rd foul in the opening 90 seconds, basically, of the second half. Chacon has to replace him in the lineup. Newby looking for his 9th point of the game, and he's got it at the line to complete the 3-point play. 34-28, Milwaukee by 6. Panthers will be home to Robert Morris on Saturday morning, 11 a.m. start. Note that unique start time. Allison to the wing left side for Cohill. Akuche back for Allison, gives him a screen, steps to his right. Long 2 for Allison is no good, and Milwaukee's got it. Youngstown State as cold now as they were at the end of the first half. 0 for their last 10. Here's a 3-ball up and a 3-ball in. Too far and few between, but this is one of those good stretches right now where they can be proud of what they're doing on both ends of the floor. 37-28. Allison high on the right. Hand back for Chacon. Now to Accouché at the top of the wheel. Accouché guarded over there by St. Pierre. Swing it off to the wing. Chacon drive and kick to the top. Little give and go between Long and Chacon. 5 to shoot. Accouché takes St. Pierre off the dribble. His left hand leaner won't go. Panthers can lead by double figures. They haven't missed a shot in the half. Youngstown State's 0 for 5. Golston, another 3 from the top. No good. Good look. Coming off a curl. Rebound Youngstown. Cohill on a drive. Goes up. Out of bounds. No foul called. Cohill went down hard. Hope he's all right. Allison will leave for Youngstown. Daniel Agoro is back on. Thomas is on for Milwaukee, so is Lathan. Cohill to the corner, baseline, Long, nothing. Good seal defensively. They'll reverse the basketball now from right to left. Chacon, jump pass for Accouché at the top. His 3 won't go. Rebound Thomas. 1 for 18, their last 18 now. And 0 for the half. Milwaukee up 9. 16:25 to go. Panthers started 0 of 9 from 3. They've hit 2 of their last 3 from range. Here's a leaner 2-pointer that goes for Golston. Starting to warm up a little bit, wouldn't you say, folks? He had 2 at halftime. Beg your pardon, he had 4 at halftime. He has 7 in the first 3+ minutes since the break. Panthers by 11. Long for 3, and he ends the drought for YSU. Owen Long hits it. 39-31. Milwaukee by 8. Their 4-3 of the night, 4 out of 20. St. Pierre, baseline skip to the corner. Newby for 3, no. Rebound to the top. Lathan had it, lost it. Taken by Long and the Penguins. Long up the left sideline quickly with it. With 15:35 to go. Into the paint, wrap around to Agoro for Chacon along the left side. Chacon, baseline, Lathan cuts him off. He navigates around an Accouché screen. 12 on the shot clock. Here's a drive line for Youngstown. And he hits the first free throw. Sophomore from London, England. Agoro at 5 points a game. That was his first free throw attempt of the year. Playing in his 4th game, the team's 6th. Agoro hit them both. And it's a 6-point game, 39-33. Devin Hancock is out there for Milwaukee for the first time tonight. And he nearly threw it away as Youngstown State with that trapping diamond pressure. Hancock, the second-year player from Dallas, Texas. Hancock playing in his 5th game this year. So he has played in all but a couple of the Milwaukee contests so far. Milwaukee up 6. Here's a 3 for Golston, short from the left wing. Not sure that coach liked that shot right there. I don't know if there was enough movement before the shot. Long for 3, no for Youngstown. Loose to the corner, tracked down by Chacon. Feed the block on the right side. Accouché goes to work against Sims. There's a poke out. It's loose on the floor. Chacon and Golston are all tied up. And the arrow to Milwaukee. Golston all right? I think so. He better be. He's got to inbound the basketball now. All right, he's good to go. 39-33. Milwaukee by 6. And here comes the trap by the Penguins. Golston, throw it in. Baker, who just checked in, nearly lost it. A lot of contact on the catch, but he's handling it. Vin, tightrope up the right sideline and brings it across acrobatically. Sims quickly on Accouché. Nothing on a spin move against the defense of Accouché, so he'll pass it out to the top. Lathan with 12 on the shot clock. Jordan screens Sims, drives right lane line, blocked by Accouché at the rim. Taken by Long. Panther lead, tenuous at 6. Long for 3, it's down to 3 as he hits, make it a 2. Long 2, they say he had a toe on the line. They will review it at the next stoppage, however, but at the moment it's a 2-pointer. Panthers turn it over on the inbound against the trap. Numbers for Youngstown. Chacon lays it in, and it's a 2-point game, 39-30 for Youngstown. Milwaukee lead had been 11. It's at 2 with 13:54 to play. Lathan got it in, skips it front court now. Baker's got it, and Milwaukee breaks the trap. Making full use of that timeout, to say the least. Newby, Golston has a seam in from the left, and we'll get a reach in on the attack by Golston. They'll get Owen Long on a reach-in foul. Jared Calhoun, the 5th-year head coach for Youngstown, imploring his defense to find the gaps. They didn't right there, and it ended up in an Owen Long reach-in foul against DeAndre Golston, who stands at the line with 11 points and now with 12. Panthers have been a team that can brag about some pretty effective free throw shooters. Golston, Newby, Thomas, and even Patrick Baldwin when he's back out there, all better than 83% so far on the season. Golston a pair. He has 13 points, 9 in this half. Milwaukee up by 4. That snaps 9 straight scored by Youngstown. Here's Agoro on a drive. His pass to the baseline and a cutting Accouché is deflected out by Milwaukee's Tafari Sims. 13:23 to play, 19 on the Penguins clock. Baseline left, Chacon throws it in. There's Agoro, pass right back in for Accouché, spinning on Sims, missed the turnaround off the glass. Panthers have defended Michael Accouché well. He has missed 9 of his 10 shots from the field tonight. I mean, he's hitting almost 50% of his shots on the season. Here's Golston, leaner, yes, over Olsen. Boy, DeAndre Golston in a groove now, 15 points. Panthers by 6, 12:45 left. Chacon, left side, here's Allison on a drive. He missed the layup. Accouché's cleanup and score is good. Accouché makes it 43-39. Just his second made shot from the field. Lathan running the baseline against the pressure. Now Golston's got it, he's trapped, finds Lathan, forecourt Baker. Vin to the corner, Sims for 3, yes! Textbook press break for Milwaukee, 46-39. Sims has 9. Milwaukee by 7, a little over 12 minutes to play in this game. Desperate for victory, Long for a long 2. And it was validated a 2-pointer. Long has 6. Make it 7 now as we update. And the Panthers are up 5, 46-41. Baker inside, outside Golston. Now Sims, Newby calling for it. You can hear it maybe on our crowd mic at the logo. 12 on the shot clock, Donovan Newby, right wing. Sims at the top, pass inside. Golston needed it higher. Flat pass turned over, back comes Youngstown, and Allison is able to lob it up for the lay-in by Michael Accouché. 2 more Youngstown State points. 13-0 in points off turnovers for Youngstown in this game. Panthers with 9 turnovers. Golston is fouled out near the top. He was swarmed on a double team with Rattan Mays and Allison. They got Allison for his 3rd. So Allison and Rattan Mays both out there for YSU, and they're both playing with 3 fouls. Thomas has just checked on for the Panthers. Baker gets a break. Golston, shot fake, inside the arc now. He'll find Thomas along the sideline, refeed that corner. There's Golston. His three is good. DeAndre Golston, 18 points, 14 in this half. His second three of the game. Panthers go back in front, 49-43. Under 11 minutes to play. Long, baseline, block. This is Akushea. Long at the top, spins. Long two is good. 49-45, 10:25, and the clock runs. Panthers up by 4. Newby out at the logo. Looks up at the shot clock. Guarded out there by Long. Screen Sims, Newby to the right. Back to the top for Golston. Dre shows it, drives, nothing at the elbow. Sims with 7. With 6, it's Newby. At the perimeter, has to put up a 3. No good. Flat possession for Milwaukee. 49-45. Lead is 4, under 10 to play. Rattan Mays, Akushea between the wheels. Now to Long. Long shows it, drives, fader, short. Offensive rebound, Youngstown. Allison got in there and they'll reset. 9:35 left, down by 4. Penguins on offense to my right. Long on the attack, back corner. Allison for 3, missed it. Long, another rebound. He'll put it right back up and hit it from 15 feet straight on. Well, the Panthers have had some offensive rebounding exploits here tonight, and that was an offensive rebounding exploit by the visitors. 49-47, we approach 9 to play. Milwaukee with the ball in the lead. Thomas in the paint, posting Akushea, spins right and scores. Going glass. Thomas, 6 points, first ones in the half. 51-47. Milwaukee again in front, under 9 to play. Rattan Mays off the dribble, no. Missed the layup. Akushea, rebound, put back, no. Inside Rattan Mays, no, but he's fouled. Youngstown definitely imposing their will on the offensive glass right now. They got Golston for his second foul. Shamar Rattan Mays, 5 points, no free throw attempts so far. Good on that one. Sophomore from Toronto, Canada. A member of the all-freshman squad last year. Sims and Lathan leave. Sanani is on. So is St. Pierre. Free throw good there for Shamar Rattan Mays. 51-49. Panthers by 2. Looking to fight through. Win for the 33rd time all-time against Youngstown, against just 16 defeats. Milwaukee led it at the break by 1. Sanani, Newby, to the top for Golston. 10 on the shot clock, holding it above his head. Puts it on the deck. Couple of dribbles, back for Newby. 6 to shoot, Thomas with 5. Looking to create, 2 seconds, baseline, puts it up, short. St. Pierre had it for a moment, couldn't quite corral it. Youngstown can tie or lead with a 3. Long to the corner for Allison. His long 2 ties it at 51. So the Panthers, who had that 11-point lead, it's disappeared now. Newby, no, on the 3. St. Pierre, rebound among 4 Penguins. He rebounded over them all. Golston at the top, lost the dribble, turned over. Allison back, step around, Sanani, and Youngstown has the lead. Allison with 16 to lead the Penguins. 53-51. Golston, corner 3, yes! Oh, goodness! Long has 11, Akushea has 10. Owen Long, all 11 have come in this half. He and Golston are going back and forth for second half scoring exploits. Youngstown basketball down 1 out of the timeout. He approached 7 to go. Rattan Mays turns the corner, goes up, rejected by St. Pierre. Loose to the far corner, taken by Owen Long. To the top, they feed a three-pointer, which is good, and a foul. That's Daniel Agoro. Senani flew out at Daniel Agoro and knocked him down. And it could be a 4-point play for Youngstown's Daniel Agoro. Senani was going to come out, but no, that's not the one. It's going to be Thomas. So Senani stays in, committing that foul, his first. And Agoro at the line, looking to complete a 4-point play. And he hit it. Agoro with 6, all in this half. And it's 57-54, just like that. Youngstown by 3. The Panthers nearly turn it over against that pressure. 6:50 left. 57-54, still trying to get it in against this pressure. Lathan in for Newby. Donovan, sideline, pushes front court to my left. Now to Golston, left of the lane. Long on his back hip. Backs down Owen Long, spins to the baseline, shoots and scores. Thought he was fouled, no call. 23 for Golston. Now, I promise you, it is a season high for Dre. And the Panthers pull back within 1, 57-56. Golston is 9 for 17. Newby and Sims sitting on 9, and they've been there for a while. Golston's the only double-figure scorer for the Panthers. Youngstown passing it around the three-point arc here, 8 to shoot. Rattan Mays goes into his drive, in from the left, scoop, no, fouled. Newby on a reach-in. That one came about 15 feet away on the attack, and Pat Baldwin asking for the explanation. Shamar Rattan Mays back to the line. He has hit his only 2 attempts of the night. Rattan Mays sitting on 7 points. Missed the free throw, too long. So the best he can do is give Youngstown a 2-point advantage. Gets the ball back into the student section. He missed them both. Panthers can regain the lead now. 57-56, down 1, 6 to go. St. Pierre inside. Oh, he was stripped. He turned to lay it in, and he was stripped on his turn. Turnover, Milwaukee. 11th turnover of the game for the Panthers. Rattan Mays, baseline right, has a little bit of an opening, retreats to the corner. Agoro, Long with it. Long over a screen given by Thomas, feed the corner, 3-ball, Rattan Mays, and he hit it. Shamar Rattan Mays, 60-56. Panthers down 4, 5:20 left. Youngstown drops into a zone. Newby, pass to the corner. Senani is open, his 3 is good. They're gonna wipe it off, however. Before the shot, an offensive foul inside. Oh no, against Joey St. Pierre. Oh man. Wow, 3-ball wiped off. And now the Panthers need to stop, down by 4. Youngstown has caught a hot stretch, 4 of 5 from the field. Long probes his way into the lane, left of the lane now, in trouble, poked out, loose to the top. Newby fighting, he's gonna be fouled over the top by Owen Long on that loose ball. Good hustle by the Panthers. Newby dove, and over the top, Long going for the ball, fell on top of Donovan Newby, and that is a foul on Owen Long. His second, 5th against Youngstown State. So that's a stop for Milwaukee, and a big one. 60-56, Youngstown, 4:48, clock runs, second half. Right sideline, it's Lathan, Newby, back for Golston, 23 points for Golston. Lob in, St. Pierre the catch, working inside, look for the game against Robert Morris, missing his 4th straight game with that ankle injury. 62-58. Panthers down by 4. Newby, Golston in from the right, a blocking foul. Ogoro tried to set himself and get in position to draw a charge, but he did not. 7th team foul. So the blocking foul will give Golston free throws. 2 of 2 so far tonight. .23 points, still the only Milwaukee player in double figures. And it's a 1-1. Earning the bonus. 24 now for the young man, DeAndre Golston from Gary, Indiana. Started at Kent State for a year, went to Tallahassee, Florida, junior college level. And now the last couple of years back at D1 as a Panther, missed that one in and out. 62-59, three-point game. Milwaukee down. 4:18 and the clock runs. Rattan Mays to the top. There's Ollison. Ollison navigating around traffic, gets to the block on the left side. Somehow got a layup off with a scoop, but he missed it. I don't know how in the world he got that basketball up around the rim with that defensive wall, but he did. Panthers down 3, under 4 minutes to go. Newby at the logo. 10 seconds. Screen St. Pierre at the top. Donovan drive, kick corner, Lathan, shot fake. Pull up, 15-footer, too long. Here comes Youngstown. Ogoro, Ollison, turned it over. Panthers have a 3-on-2. Newby, step through, low on the left. Layup is good. 62-61. Newby into double figures now, 11. That's 3 straight double figure games for Mello. 3:15, clock runs, second half. Milwaukee down by a point. Youngstown with it, Akuche left of the circle, no on a 3. Panthers clear. As we go under 3 minutes, they can regain the lead with a basket. Newby at the top. Bumped, no call, still left of the circle now. Sims, high on the right, Lathan, 10 to shoot. Jordan, off the dribble, in the paint, floats, fires short, and then commits prior to the timeout. Long at the stripe, has had a great second half. 11 points all since halftime, and now he's got 12. 3 of 3 at the free throw line. 63-61, Penguins by 2. The lefty hits them both. He'll jog out. Cohill replaces him. Panthers down 3, 64-61. 2:39 and the clock runs. Panthers 0-1 in games decided by 5 points or fewer on the young season. Youngstown 1-2 already in those situations. Thomas back out there, jump pass corner. Sims for the tie, yes sir! From the right corner. Tafari knots it at 64-64. 2:15 left. Panthers digging in defensively now. Ogoro between the wheels, high on the right side, Rattan Mays. Now they find Ollison, his answer won't go from 3, and it'll be an Akuche loose ball foul on the rebound. Free throws for the Panthers with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left. Tafari Sims, 12 points, his best game of the year by far. Of course, again, he got hurt in the opener in the opening minute. And basically missed the first 4 games of the year because of it. And he's got 12 points, 5 of 7, 7 rebounds for Tafari as well. St. Pierre to the line to give his team the lead. It's a 1-1, and he earns the bonus. Youngstown has attempted 12 more free throws than have the Panthers, and they've made 13 more, but St. Pierre hit the 2 that mattered most right there. 66-64. Newby imploring this crowd to get loud. Here's a near steal at the top by guess who? It's Sims. Panthers by 2. Rattan Mays high on the right. Beyond the arc, guarded by Newby, finds Long off a screen for 3, and he hits it. Owen Long, have a night. Youngstown in front, 67-66. He's got 16 in the half. 90 seconds to go. Thomas, lob to Sims, left of the lane, against Ollison, backs him down in the paint, poked out and stolen by Ollison. Quick hands by Tevin Ollison. Panthers turn it over. Milwaukee down by 1, 1:15 to go. It's Youngstown possession at my right. Rattan Mays back to the top for Agoro. Agoro between the wheels. That's Long, get up on him. Steps left, toss to the right side. Rattan Mays, 5 on the shot clock. High screen by Accouché, skip to the wing. Ollison, a 3 prayer, rims out. St. Pierre, oh, a strong rebound inside. And then he lost his footing, and it's Youngstown ball. St. Pierre went down, lost his footing. I thought he may have been tripped, but no, he lost his footing. They deem, and he slipped over the end line. So with 50 seconds left, Youngstown has it, and they lead it by 1, 67-66. Panthers are going to have to do it again defensively. 20 on the shot clock here. Agoro in for Accouché. Ollison at the top, guarded by Golston. High on the left side, that's Agoro. Skip it to Ollison, right at the top. 10 to shoot, 40 to play. Panthers need a stop, down 1. Ollison poked out, it's loose on the floor. Golston got the steal. Milwaukee got the stop. They've got the ball. 25 seconds on the shot clock, 28 on the game clock. Milwaukee down by 1. Newby, corner, Sims bobbles, corrals. 15 on the shot clock, plenty of time. Backing down Ollison, in the paint, hook short. Rebound, Rattan Mays, Youngstown's got it. Panthers are gonna have to foul. In the Panthers front court, Sinani runs the baseline, gets it into Newby up the right sideline. Holding it above his head, bouncing into Newby, 4 seconds. Across the timeline with 2. Donovan driving left, puts it up for the tie, it's off the mark.